welcome back to Mom's channel. Yesterday was the first day of my summer vacation from school, so I got a new art printer. This is the Epson EcoTank ET-8550, and since I just got it yesterday, I just got it out of the box and did a few test things. I certainly don't know everything about it. I'm not a pro, but I'm going to find out a lot of things about it. So if you're interested in the future videos, you can hit the subscribe button down there, and that way you'll know when I find out some more things. But so far, it's been really fascinating. What I was looking for in a printer, and let's see, I made notes. What I wanted was a wide format printer. And this one will print up to a 13 by 19. So that's awesome. And a lot of times I print posters for school. So this is going to be really cool. Now since it's an art printer, you get lab quality prints. I usually have to order my prints. So this is going to cut down a lot of time and headache. It has a black pigment and a black dye ink. So it's got two different kinds of black. The black, PB black, is for photos, and the BK black is just regular. And the printer, you know, it depends on what kind of settings you input into your print as to which one it'll use. Now, one of the things I was looking for was a printer that uses gray ink. That gives a lot of different tones to your prints. I actually wanted one that also had a red ink, but I bypassed on that. So this one has the yellow, the magenta, the cyan, a gray, and then the two different blacks. That was something that I really wanted. It does borderless prints, so I can print a 13 by 19 borderless. That's going to be awesome. Another thing that was on my must-have is this rear feeder tray, because I wanted to be able to print on the really thick watercolor paper. So those were just my must-haves, and this one fit the bill, but it has a lot of extra things that I really didn't know about, and like I said, I'm still finding out stuff. So some of the things that I've already found out, and when you unpack it, you know, I didn't do an out of the box because it's got the little blue tapes everywhere, and you take those off carefully. And then this little screen right here will show you everything that you need to do step by step. You hold the ink tanks up. Well, I can show you that. When you get ready, it's going to open here, and you're going to lift this up. Here's all your ink tanks. You just flip the blue lever and then turn your ink upside down. They fit in the right places. So you put all your inks, you just turn them upside down and let them chug until they're done. And then pull it out. So it wants me to close that. Okay. Telling it, no, I did not refill the ink. Now, as far as what I have been able to determine, this is my old printer, the Epson 3850. I actually have 3 different levels of this one. I have one in my room at school. This is the one I have here. And then my husband has an upper level in his office. So I'm actually going to do a comparison about all 3 of those. The EcoTank is definitely the way to go. So all 3 of those, I'll show you what the differences are there. This one of the things that made me decide I want a new printer, I wanted a wider format than what this one could do, and this printer will not take this heavy watercolor paper. It does not have a rear feeder, and it won't suck it up from underneath, because when it tries to do that, it gets jammed up in there. So that was, you know, 2 of the biggest things. No rear feeder and size. So let's see, I did some prints out of both of them so we can compare, or so you can compare. I really wasn't interested in comparing print quality, and I was surprised there's really not a ton of difference if you use the best quality on both. This is the new one. This is the old one. There was a little bit of difference. Actually, the black on the smaller printer was a lot darker than this one, but a lot of it could be the settings that I was using. Because like I said, I certainly don't know everything about this one yet. I did a print of just some squares of colors, and you can really see the difference on these. I don't know if this will come out. This is supposed to be just a gray block. So on the art printer, it came out just gray. There's a purplish tint to the one that came out of the other printer. And also, this color right here out of the art printer is the red that I was wanting. Out of the other printer, it looks kind of orangey. So the reds weren't as vibrant in the regular printer. I like to do stickers for my kids. So I printed out just a test page on sticker paper to see how it would do. This is the smaller printer, and this is the bigger one. And still in all, there wasn't a whole lot of difference. I can see, let me see if I can get it. My dog's under my feet because it thundered outside. In this little sloth picture, you can see where his eyes are and all. It's really gray, like it should be. Whereas in the other printer, it came out with kind of a purpley tint. So there is a color, you can kind of see the color difference. The canister that the flowers were in, this one is much bluer or purple. It's got more of a purple tint. And there was a lot of difference in the colors on these two, these crosses. This one is a lot greener, which is what the original file looked like. So, you know, I wouldn't have noticed it if I hadn't compared them too much, but now that I've seen what the gray tone does to these, I really like that. As far as photos, this is a huge blow up of my grand dog. Now, this is one thing that really bothered me about this printer, and I'm not sure if you can see it or not. I'll kind of wave around. But there's white lines or lighter lines in the dark parts, and that really bugs me, especially if it's, you know, something graphic I was trying to do. Now, this one has dark lines in it, and that was my fault, because when I was setting up the printer, you have to go through all these things about pick this, pick that, and I got in a hurry, and there was one point where it said pick the one where there are no overlapping lines, and I went too far one direction. But I've since gone back and realigned my print heads, and it doesn't do that anymore. So that's it. That was an easy fix. This was just another graphic that I did, and you can really see the difference in colors. I don't know if you can on the camera or not. This is the one that's in the 3850. This is the 8550, and you can tell. Look at the windows. This one is more of a purple blue color, and this is more of a gray, like the original photo was, or the original print was. So you're getting colors that, especially on the gray end, that are much, much better. Now, this one I printed, and I honestly could not tell too much difference in these. Like I said, the print quality of this one, the little one, I was, pretty much satisfied, other than those faint white lines through some of it. And I may have been able to tweak it and get rid of that, but here is what I'm really wanting to do with this printer. I don't have one to compare from this one because I cannot put the watercolor paper through it. But this is an artwork that I did myself. And I like to make prints of it, but when I have to order them, it's just kind of hard doing it online. Plus, you have to wait sometimes 4 to 6 weeks for them to come in. You're never real sure what you're getting. Now, this was the first one that I did, and I didn't know everything about the settings So it's a little bit lighter, and it also has a few faint lines through it. So I went back and I tweaked some settings and I redid things, and now it's perfect. This looks exactly like my original. Exactly. So I'm really thrilled about this. This was the main thing I was wanting, was, you know, art stuff. And that's what this printer is good for. So a few of the other things that I've found out so far. There is no manual with this. You have to get online and you can either print it or look at it. Well, that manual is 346 pages. So Mom will not be printing that manual. I just downloaded the PDF version. In fact, I have it on my phone so I can read through it if I get, you know, somewhere with a few extra minutes. You can scan or print to a flash drive. Or print from a flash drive. That's awesome for me because there's a lot of times when I want to scan something to a flash drive so I can show it up on my smart board at school. A lot of times I'll scan, you know, things out of books or whatever that I want to share with my class on the smart board. So the ability to scan to a flash drive, believe it or not, you can't do it on this one, but I can on this one. The scanning DPI on this one it's 1600, I think. Like I said, I'm not a professional, so I'm still finding all that stuff out, and as I get it, I will share it with you. You can print from your phone. You can print from the SD card. You can print from a flash drive, from a computer. You can print wireless. You can print with a cord. You can print from anywhere. You can scan to the cloud. I mean, it's amazing. I can't wait to get some 4x6 photo paper. I didn't have any of that. I used to have tons of that, but I didn't have any. So I'm going to get that and put it in here. It's real interesting. This is my output tray, and when you want to put it up, you just hit a button and it goes back in. But there's a separate tray here for you to put your envelopes and your photo paper and all that kind of thing. That just slips right in there. Now, this one, you can adjust it. And this is what's really cool. On the back here, you pull this out. This is where you can put DVDs and CDs in it to print on them. I mean, I don't really know that people use CDs and DVDs too much anymore. And I used to just, you know, print the label and then stick it on there. But you can put the actual disc in here and print on it, if it's a printable one. And then that just stores right under here. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. But, and then here is your rear feeder tray, and I have found out if this is out, the printer is going to want to print from this. So if you're not wanting to feed from there, you can let that down. Okay. So far, that's it. But like I said, I have tons of things I'm going to be doing. I love to do mixed media, like with rice paper. I can't wait to try to print on rice paper with this. I'm going to print on cardstock. I'm going to make stickers with this and my Cameo, because my students, even though I teach high school, they love stickers. So I can do all kind of, you know, personalized stickers. Those are the greatest rewards, because when they get to high school, you know, it's hard to find positive behavior rewards and just little things that make them want to go a little bit extra. So we're going to do all that. So like I said, thank you for watching. If you want to see what all I learned about this, hit that subscribe button and you will be notified whenever I come back. I have a whole lot of stuff planned for this summer. So I hope y'all come along with me. See you later. Bye.